Hi, it's Cory.
And Stephanie.
And welcome back to Disney Springs. We're here because yet another restaurant has opened.
A food truck.
It is the Four Rivers Cantina Barbacoa food truck, started by the very popular barbecue restaurant Four Rivers that started here in Orlando. And this is their first food truck, and it's a barbacoa food truck. They're serving everything from taco cones to tacos and nachos, and it all looks very good. It smells delicious.
It looks incredible.
So looking forward to giving this a try. So let's go get some food and sample Four Rivers Cantina Barbacoa. So here's the menu here at Four Rivers Cantina Barbacoa, and this looks really good. The taco cone looks delicious, and I just seen it come out and it looks really big. And it looks like you choose what you want and then you pick the meat, and here are the fillings. So there is the brisket, chicken, pork, tri-tip steak, and you can even get black beans and rice. And then check out the desserts, guys. Here is the dulce de leche churro balls, chocolate hazelnut spread nachos. Everything on this menu looks delicious. Excited to sample a good amount of them. All right, so here is our amazing looking food from Cantina Barbacoa. And check this out, guys. This is the nachos, and we got it with the tri-tip steak, and it has black beans, queso, pico de gallo, salsa verde, lettuce, guacamole, sour cream, jalapenos, and cilantro. And this looks like a pretty good size serving for $10.99. And here are the 3 tacos for $10.99, and you can get them with different meats in each one. So we got 2 pork and 1 chicken, and these are loaded up too with all kinds of stuff. You've got pico de gallo and salsa and jalapenos and lime, and a lot of the same stuff that are on the nachos, and they look really delicious.
Here we have the taco cone. We got ours with brisket in it. Also comes with shredded lettuce, guacamole, sour cream, pico de gallo, queso, cilantro, jalapeno, and a lime wedge. This thing is massive for only $10.99. We have the kids quesadilla. Now this is just a cheese quesadilla, no protein in there, and that's actually the only option listed on the kids menu, and that is for $5.99.
So check out this taco cone. This thing is literally as big as my head, and it smells delicious. It's packed full of a bunch of that brisket, and if you can see down in there, I'm not sure how far the filling actually goes. I guess we'll find out as we get into it. But it's got the guacamole and sour cream and that salsa. I'm just gonna give some of the insides here a try, and then we will try the cone itself. Ooh, kind of spilling all over the place. But look at that brisket. That looks delicious. And that is very good. It's like a pulled brisket. It's got a little bit of a kick, and I don't know if that's coming from the salsa or the way the brisket's been marinated, but it's really, really tasty. And the guacamole is good too. Yeah, the guacamole is really good. I'm really curious to see how deep this stuff actually goes. Let's try it again and just try some of the cone part as well. And that was a little messy, but it tastes delicious. I love the cone. It's nice and crispy. I wasn't really sure what to expect, but this is really good. I'm gonna be craving this and wanting to come back for more. All right, so here's the tacos, and they're just normal sized tacos, about the size of like a street taco. And we got 2 different meats. We got the chicken and pork. Again, we're trying to sample all the meats. We had the brisket first, then the cone. And now I'm gonna try the pork taco. That's really, really good. I forget how the pork is actually prepared, the barbacoa way of preparing this pork, but it's got a lot of flavor. It's kind of got a really good marinade on it. There's quite a bit of meat on it, and I think, again, for $10.99, 3 tacos, I think this is definitely one of the still more affordable options here in Disney Springs, and it's really tasty. It tastes very fresh.
I've got the chicken taco to try here, and it is actually a well-stuffed taco. They really didn't skimp on any of the toppings, so let's give this a try. Wow. So surprisingly, the chicken is not dry. A lot of times when I have shredded chicken, that's one of my biggest complaints is that it's dry. But this chicken isn't dry, and it's actually very well seasoned. All the toppings on it are well proportioned. I'm going to open it up just so you can see that. But overall, I think this is a well-filled taco. Lots of flavor in there. I'm excited to give more of a try. The proportion on these nachos is quite large for something that you'd find here in Disney Springs. So for only $10.99, I'm excited to see how the quality is. As you can see, we got it with the tri-tip steak, and that is not an upcharge. You have your choice of protein, so that's really an exciting thing. So I really enjoy these nachos. The fact that you can get the tri-tip steak without having an upcharge, I think the quality of the protein is really good and it's well seasoned. It's nice and tender, so it's not overly chewy when you're trying to, scarf down nachos. But the guacamole is really good, the sour cream. Even the jalapenos are good without having too strong of a kick. I like spicy, but not overly spicy, and I think everything on here is great, including the black beans.
So an update here on this taco cone. I've been eating on this thing for a while now. I've eaten quite a bit of meat, and it does not seem to be ending. There is so much meat in this cone. Still don't know what's all the way down to the bottom. I know there's some lettuce down there, but we'll see if there's other layers of meat too. But this thing is very filling, and again, for $10.99, what a great value. We've gotten a little further down here in the nachos too, and you can see there's a lot of this queso, this white sauce that sits towards the bottom, and this queso is very delicious. As far as the steak goes, the tri-tip's good, but it doesn't have nearly as much flavor as the other meats. So this would probably be right now my least favorite of the meats is the tri-tip, but everything else very good. So we've made it down to the very last bit of brisket in this taco cone, and look at that, guys, almost to the very end of the cone, and that's the last bit of meat right there, and then it's just a little bit of lettuce in the bottom. Very impressed with the value of this. I mean, that is so much meat for $10.99, and it tastes delicious. Okay, Taylor, so we just finished up our tacos and nachos. How was your quesadilla? Good. It was really good? And now we're gonna go get dessert from the food truck, and they've got churro balls, and they also have chocolate nachos. Which one do you think we should get?
We're getting both.
We're gonna get both. And you're gonna help me eat them? All right, let's go get some dessert. Okay, so it is dessert time, and these are the dulce de leche churro balls. And guys, they make all of this stuff fresh. They were back there frying these and the tortillas fresh, and those look delicious. And here are the chocolate hazelnut nachos, and these look so good, and the portion's huge. Look at all that fresh fruit, strawberries and blackberries and pineapples, and all that chocolate hazelnut spread over those very fresh cinnamon sugar tortilla chips. This looks amazing.
These dulce de leche churro balls look delicious. I'm excited to try them. You can see the dipping sauce it comes with it's not overly thick, almost like a melted butter with some cinnamon in it. There's a lot of cinnamon sugar on the outside, which I thought was going to give it a lot of flavor, but truthfully it just kind of tastes fried. I'm not getting a lot of that flavor there, and even the dipping sauce isn't that flavorful like I imagined.
All right, so I'm gonna try these churro balls too, since Stephanie didn't care for them that much, and see what I think. So without any of the dip, I agree that they could use more cinnamon. They do taste just like a little churro, but just they need more cinnamon on them for sure. So let's try that dip. I really like the dip. It almost tastes like a caramel sauce, almost like a Bananas Foster caramel sauce, but I don't think there's any banana in there, but it tastes really good. So I think if you soaked them in the sauce, it would be really good, but they definitely need more cinnamon to be called churro balls. So check out these chocolate hazelnut nachos, and these look amazing. The cinnamon and sugar tortillas with all this fresh fruit, and then that chocolate hazelnut drizzle on top. It looks so good. I'm gonna go ahead and give it a try and try and get all the fruits at one time. And I think that's really good. I love the chocolate hazelnut. It's not overpowering. It's really good. And that fresh fruit is the star of the dish. It just pops and comes right through. And these cinnamon and sugar tortillas are really good. They're definitely fresh, nice and crispy, still warm out of the fryer. This is by far, hands down, way better than the Churro Balls. And price-wise, I think the nachos were $7.99 and the Churro Balls are $5.99. So a little bit more for the nachos, much bigger portion and way better flavor. Okay, so that was the Four Rivers Cantina Barbacoa food truck here in Disney Springs. And what did you think?
I thought it was really good. The value for how much food you get and for the price you pay is definitely top notch here at Disney Springs.
I agree. I think the value is very good. I think the most expensive item is $10.99, and going through all of those items, the quantity for each that you get, I think, is well worth it. Just running through them real quick. The taco cone.
That's the best to me for the savory options. I mean, it is filled. It really is.
It really was. That meat went almost all the way to the bottom. There was so much brisket in it. Very delicious and definitely worth the value. And the tacos.
The tacos were really good. Definitely well seasoned, and the fact that you can actually get different meats and up to 3 different meats per taco, and I thought that was really good.
Yeah, it was very good. And what else do we have? The nachos.
The nachos. Those were big. My only thing was I wish the queso would have been drizzled across the top, not onto the bottom.
Yeah, it was kind of weird, the queso being on the bottom.
Yeah, I mean, it was a pleasant surprise when you got down there, but by then all the chips were kind of soggy on the bottom.
Yeah, and so we had all the meats. So between all the things that we had, we tried all the meats. Probably my least favorite was the tri-tip. Nothing wrong with it, it's just that all the other meats are so well seasoned and the way they're prepared, the tri-tip just doesn't compare to them. It doesn't have that same kick to the meat. So my favorite though was the chicken and pork.
Oh, see, I like the brisket the best.
See, I like the brisket too, but I think if I came back, I will get the taco cone with either the chicken or the pork because I love the way that they're prepared. They're delicious. And we can't forget about dessert.
No, the dessert was awesome. The chocolate hazelnut nachos, I don't know the best way to describe it, but basically the chips itself, they were very nice and crispy, the way they were fried. They were also, I'm trying to think of the best way to put it, but they were flaky even though they were crispy. They weren't overly crisp.
Yeah, they were thicker tortillas.
Yeah, they were just, the cinnamon sugar on them was awesome.
Yeah. I think hands down way better than the Churro Balls.
Yeah, I still think the Churro Balls almost came across as dry to me. Maybe that's why I felt that they needed more cinnamon and sugar just because they were so dry.
Yeah, I think they were a little overcooked. Definitely a disappointment as far as flavor goes. Needed more cinnamon and sugar. The sauce with them I thought was pretty tasty, but those dessert nachos were amazing. Overall, guys, definitely a great option here at Disney Springs. And as far as the Disney dining plan goes, I did ask, and they do accept quick service and snack credits here on the Disney dining plan. So there you go. That'll do it for us here today at Disney Springs. If you enjoyed this video, please thumbs up and subscribe below for more like it. And we will see you next time. Have a good one.
Thanks for watching.